Hello the internet! It is Wednesday the 24th of June 2020 and welcome back to the channel. Now a lot of you may know that for the month of May I surfed every single day at my local beach here, Culburra Beach. Every day I took a wave here, no matter what the conditions were. It's now nearing the end of June, it's the center of winter, it's cold here in Australia, there's no swell, I'm injured with a rib injury. So what I thought I'd do is take a stroll back to the northern point of the beach where the surfing action took place, and let's go through the month day by day, highlighting the best and the worst waves that I took. It does feel strange coming down here all dressed up winter style with no surfboard. Way! You see? Take a little stumble there. I never stumbled once carrying a surfboard with no shoes on. Put shoes on, come down here, start stumbling everywhere. Something's not right here. I'm very, very lucky to have a beach right here, like literally my front yard, my backyard, my side yard, my all yard. However, Culburra Beach, not the greatest break on the main part of the beach. The northern points of the beach, on the right swell, there's a wraparound, a wave that wraps around, breaking on the shallow section, and a very cool left. Now it's 1.5 kilometers that way, so every day I walked up there. So let's do similar now, because I also want to address some small changes to my channel. You may have seen a different opening piece there at the start of this video. This is my 301 what I call regular vlogs. And it's time for a change, is it not? So we got a new opening piece. We're gonna have a new outro piece as well. I tell you what, this feels so weird. Look at this. I'm in full clothing on the beach. What kind of a madman am I? I mean, come on. There's a section there. I could have ridden that. Why do you mock me? And here we are, folks. Northern style Culburra Beach. So that is the break, the left. We are actually on the other side of it, so it's kind of gonna look strange for you. You're not gonna sort of see how it sucks up, because if it does suck up, it's gonna sort of break a little, sort of blah, blah, blah. The idea with me surfing here for the whole month was that when I did this project in February, I never got that left. It never happened properly for me. This month, May, did I get it? Well, I don't want to ruin the surprise. Let's go and sit over here. There's actually a great spot right here, kind of out of the wind as well. There's a bit of wind coming from the southwest, so down below here we should be good to be protected. So now you've seen how that wave can break. Let me tell you, it was an overwhelming sense of satisfaction to get a great left on the first day of the project, May 1. I got a banging left, and that wave really charged me up for the next day. And it was pretty sick to get the same kind of wave again the next day. There was offshore wind. I tried to keep low on my board to try to like tuck into some proverbial barrel if it was possible. But then conditions changed. And instead of the left, I took the right. Now the right-hand section at the left-hand point break doesn't take place here. It takes place further down the beach, maybe about 50 meters to the south. And now you know me, I'm always trying to find that elusive barrel, right? Trying to get a barrel. I tried very hard on this day, multiple times. I didn't quite manage it, but I did get what's known as a cover-up or a cover-over. I've never heard that term before now, a cover-over. I probably could have done better on day 5 on this particular wave, but I didn't. I really want that barrel, you know me. I didn't quite get it here, but check this absolute kook nosedive I perform. I got those down pat. Conditions got a little smaller on day 7. I really tried to work this wave, but there wasn't much to be done here. And day 8 got even smaller and onshore. Pretty woeful, but still great to be out there surfing, right? You're out there catching a wave, that's rad. Still no swell around for day 9 either. Man, it was tiny out there. Wow, day 10, 10 days into the project, and the left was firing. This is working right here. My ability level, not great, but I was so stoked to get what I did get on this wave. You're supposed to take off on the furthest left, right on the rocky point. Now, it's a little bit of a mind trip, but I was learning and progressing, and this day, day 10, goes down in history for me. Wow. And it was firing again the next day, but unfortunately I didn't apply enough Bell surf wax, and I slipped off. Two days of left action was all we were gonna get, because the next day it stopped working and the right hand section was back on, so attempting to get a barrel was the order of the day. Now, even though day 13, the left still wasn't working, I really wanted it. I wanted to force that wave to work. I pushed it and got this. Not that great. Like I was saying before, the takeoff zone for the left is right on shallow reef, the rock, right? The rock we were standing on. And you need to be confident. You need to get a level of confidence because you're in very shallow water. For instance, on this wave, my fins were scraping the rock ledge as I went over it. Now, this is early in the piece. My confidence level needed to develop. I feel like I did get there eventually, but this one was a little scary. But if you can get that confidence level up, and you can take off on the right spot, you can get a good ride, a real good ride. Even a kook like me can get a good ride. I feel like this wave here, I got that confidence up, right? I got the confidence up. A couple of things at play. You don't, when you fall off, you don't sink, right? You try to stay flat across the surface of the water. You're only talking about a couple of feet of water here, so you don't want to be going plummeting through like a pencil. do think I need to be more snappy. I need to move the board around more forcefully, but all that stuff will come with time. Don't forget, this is the first real left I've had on this point. I didn't get anything in February. May was the month where I actually learned how to ride this wave, so that stuff will come with time. Just bear with me. But you can see just by the amount of people that are surfing here that this point, when it fires, it's on. Everyone comes here. Everyone from around comes here. When the swell's right, the angle of the wind's right, tide's right, everything's right. This thing happens. And I mean, it's fun. It's way more fun surfing with people. I've met some rad crew this season. I met Sam, right? You saw Sam on the wave today. Awesome dude. Great surfer, great guy to hang out with. And this only happens because we all hit the same spot, right? At the beach break down the center of the beach, you might see one or two people over the whole season. Here I surf with people all the time. So sick. After getting so many sweet lefts, I just wanted more. Even though the left wasn't working, again, I forced that thing, right? I forced a wave to happen. Now the idea with that left at the point is that theoretically, if it's a big enough wave and the conditions are Now the idea with that left is theoretically, if the wave is big enough and the conditions are right, you should be able to ride that all the way through main break, mid break, and then sort of beach break if you like, if the section's good enough. Now, as something I was trying to do most days, and you know, even on the little days, I managed to get a couple. And speaking of that link, on day 20, we lost a lot of swell, but I still managed to link this sucker up all the way through to the beach. Pretty cool, right? Overcast and cloudy and cold for day 21, but the swell got a little bit bigger. This left isn't too bad, right? Not too bad. And like I said earlier, the main theme for this month was working on the confidence to take off on that left point, suck up over the rock and get the right section of that wave. I feel like I got it here on this wave. Check the wipeout coming up. That is the worst wipeout I've had. I went down, 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 hit the bottom a bunch of times. Not fun. Day 23, May the 23rd. That was the first forecasted day of bigger swells. Like, we got a big forecast of huge waves coming through. I feel like the waves I got here, yeah, they were larger, but I didn't really do much on them. I sucked, basically. I sucked on these. really wanted a clean wave on these larger swells. I'm kind of confident riding a bigger wave. I'm not intimidated so much as I used to be, but it needs to be a clean section. So again, I never got a section here, and it became more difficult to ride. The wind picked up, and again, I think I sucked on this day. And day 25, wow, the storms came in. Not as bad as February, but they came in, and all I could manage here was a little bit of white water for the wave. The second day of the storms, and I didn't want to kill myself. I didn't want to risk my life and limb, but I did want to catch a wave. Now you can see how much white water is moving around here, how much I'm getting pushed back and forward, up and down, all over the shop. It's a washing machine on steroids. It was terrible out there, but I did manage to stand up a little while on one. The next day, I felt more confident in paddling out to the back, but again, I didn't get a decent wave. It's just big closeout sets. Now the storms only lasted 3 days in totes, so it was rad to get back out and get onto the left and find a nice long ride again. That was the objective, the left, and now that we could go back out there, it was great to be out there catching those rides. The next day, back to the right-hand section, trying to find the elusive barrel. And wow, things really dropped off at the end of the month. Going out on a bit of a whimper here on the 30th of May, day 30. Wow. Yeah, and unfortunately the end of the month, the 31st of May, wasn't any better. This wave was pretty woeful. And that's how the season ended. On a bit of a whimper, not the greatest way to go out, but holy moly. Amazing how just, like nature, right? Just a section of the coast with the right conditions can bring so much joy to so many people. Like everybody that caught that left throughout the month of May was on fire. They were loving it. They were having the greatest time. There was high fives. There was people that didn't know people. You know, during this time of COVID-19 and like social separation and social anxiety and all that stuff that goes with it, out there was high fives. There was people catching the greatest, sickest rides of their lives. Well, that's pretty much all I had for this vlog. Do you want to have another quick look at the left? You see that, right? You see that. Hey folks, as per the changes to the channel, I'm no longer going to be doing the "that's somewhere out of time." Now you might say, dude, that was one of the things that made your channel. The thing is, the channel's dead. The channel's dead. So if I keep doing the same thing repeatedly, knowing that it's not working, who's the nut right there? Me, right? Doing this. What did Einstein say? Or somebody smart said the definition of insanity is not doing the same thing over and over again. It's doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for a different outcome. That's the thing. Like I've done the same thing over and over and over again for 300 vlogs, and so I'm going to change it now because 301 seems like a good place to change it. Maybe we'll do 300 of this format. So the format's going to be, oh, what? Look at this! Oh my goodness! Get me out there. Oh. So with that all said, the new closing piece for the vlogs is going to be simply me saying thank you to you for watching my content. Additional thank you to the patrons over at Patreon who make this all possible. Thank you very much. And instead of me cutting to something crazy with a make-believe, that's somewhere out of time, let's just show you a good scene, right? You know YouTube's gonna put up the things at the end with subscribe and the links and all that. Well, whilst you look at that, why don't I give you a good view, and I'll see you all on the next vlog.